Hello students, in this video we have discussed internal rate of return, that is a technique of capital busting. I am Dr. Hari Prapan Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, GLE University Mathura. Now internal rate of return is another widely used measure of investment worth. It takes into account the time value of money by discounting the future benefits and costs. In economic theory, it is also known as the marginal efficiency of capital. I repeat again, marginal efficiency of capital. It is defined as the rate of discount at which the sum of the present value of the future net benefits generated by a project during its lifespan equal its initial investment cost. In other words, we can say the internal rate of return is that rate of discount at which the total present value of future benefits equal the total present value of cash outflow on the project. This means the net present value of the project is equal to 0. In this slides we also say this thing, the discounting rate which makes NPV equal to 0. That's the formula C1 upon 1 plus R. That's the same thing which is we discuss in our capital NPV, net present value, where we present R or K. That is the difference, where we told that is a discounting rate and here we told that is the internal rate of return. We actually find out that particular rate of return, and that rate of return we find out what's that particular rate where our CT minus CT upon 1 plus R to power 3 minus C0 equal to 0. So we calculate that particular rate in which situation where our NPV equal to 0. Okay. The algebraic solution for finding the internal rate of return, as we have just seen, is very much complicated and in fact not unique. In practice, it is determined on trial and error basis by finding the NPV at different rates of discount. It may be tedious but not difficult to get the unit value of the internal rate of return through this procedure. To start with, a rate of interest is chosen arbitrarily and the NPV is calculated using that rate for the project. The inverse of the payback period is normally taken as the starting rate of interest for discounting and hence computing the NPV. The chosen rate of discount is then lowered or increased for computing the second round of the NPV depending upon whether the initial NPV is negative or positive. The process of compounding the NPV continues for different rates of discount till we get the 0 NPV. The borrowing rate associated with 0 NPV is taken as the internal rate of return for the project. Later on we discuss when we have a one higher rate of value and one is the lower rate of return value. In a case of higher rate of return value, our GPV or our NPV is negative or less than 0. In case of lower rate of return, our GPV or NPV is positive and more than their initial investment. Okay. V1 is present value of lower rate of return and V2 is the present value of higher rate of return. V is the initial investment. In this case, that's I told previously, simply hit and trial. We have not any kind of option. We just go and just assume that that is our inflow, and in this case of inflow, 10% discounting rate is good in the first trial, and after 10% when we find out that is a negative value, then we go to the lower side, that is a 8%, 9%, 7%. If we find out 10% is a positive value and too much positive value, then you go higher side at random, 15%, 18%, 20%. discuss this particular thing by numerical. This is our numerical. Initial investment 60,000, life of the assets 4 years, estimated net annual cash flow is first year 15,000, second year 20,000, third year 30,000, fourth year 20,000. We calculate our internal rate of return. Now for calculating our internal rate of return, firstly we go to the simply find out our rate, gross present value or net present value. Year cash inflow, that is given our numerical. Initial investment year, first year 15, second year 20, third year 30, fourth year 20, just we put this value, and after that according to these values, that's the total is 50, 70 and 85,000 rupees our cash inflow. So we come up to the rate of our initial investment, and that amount is 60,000. So simply go to the higher rate. Just I assume that the rate is 15%. So present value factor in case of 15% we find out one by this table. We have also simple, that is the interest rate, and that's the period of 15. That's the first year 0.870, second year 0.756, third year 0.658, fourth year 0.572, fifth year 0.97, blah blah blah. That table is given. Number of books, whatever book you like, financial management, industrial economics, or any book where that topic is given, that table is also given. Or I told you previously also, we calculate this in a very simple manner with the help of calculator. In case of we go to the 15%, then 1 upon 1.15, because 1 plus R is our numerical value, a formula's value, so R is equal to 15%. So 1 upon 1.15 equal to 0.869, or we can say 0.870. Okay, so simply we find out according to this 0.870. 0.870. Okay, after that in case of second year, that is a 0.756. In case of third year 0.658. In case of fourth year 0.572. Now we just find out our value 0.870 into 15,000 equal to 13,050 rupees. 13,050 rupees. In case of second year 15,120. In case of third year 19,740. In case of fourth year 11,440. We go to the GPV, gross present value, and that is a 13,050 plus 15,120, 19,740, 11,440 equal to 59,350. 59,350. It's our gross present value. If we talk about these are our gross present value in case of higher rate, then that's a negative. Now our next NPV rate is lower than 15%. So we just go to the 14% because that is only 650 rupees high value. Or it's a 13% where no too much complications if we find out one is a 15 and one is a 17 or one is a 18. one is a 15 or one is a 13, 12. So that is not too much critical situation. Now we go to the 14%, and in case of 14%, our present value is that 14%, 0.877, 0.769, 0.675, 0.592. Just we put the values, or we find out according to the same method. 1 upon 1.14 equal to 0.877. Again equal to, if we calculate, not put any value with the help of calculator, find out your 0.769, again 0.675, 0.592. Just we find out our present value, that is 13,155, 15,380, 20,250, and 11,840. Our gross present value is 60,625. Now we have a one positive value and one negative value. So we simply put this in our formula. We will discuss in the previous slides. That is IRR equal to R1 plus V1 minus V, V1 minus V2, bracket start R2 minus R1. R1 is 14%. So we do this. R1 is 14%. V1 is, we have calculated, that is 60,625 in the case of lower rate of return. So 60,625 minus V. V is our initial investment, that is a 60,000. V1 is again 60,625, and V2 is, we have calculated in case of higher rate of return or higher discounting rate, 59,350, 59,350. R2 is 15% and R1 is 14%. Simply put the values, 14% plus 60,625 minus 60,000, that is a 625 upon 60,625 minus 59,350 equal to 1,275, and 15 minus 1 equal to 1. So 14 plus 625 divided by 1275 equal to 0.490. It is our 14.490 is our internal rate of return, where our IRR or our NPV is equal to 0. Okay. Thank you to all of you listening this video in a carefully manner. If you have any doubt, then please discuss in a class. Thank you to all of you.